Okay guys, sorry I had to continue on a separate video. I went out to use my calculator and so I didn't have it on here anymore. 99 divided by 16.5 is 6. Now that I know that x equals 6, I get to plug it back in over here. Y equals negative 6.5. Instead of x we have 6 plus 46. When we multiply these together, negative 6.5 times 6 would be negative 39. See, I can do that one in my head. Plus 46. Combining, y equals a positive 7. Now, when I'm trying to write my point, the x goes first. So it's 6, 7. Wasn't that disgusting? All right, so moving on to the back to number 6. The length is 5 more than twice the width, and the perimeter is 190. Okay, I copied down the two important sentences because I didn't want to have to copy everything down. And the first part tells us to define our variables. So we're dealing with length and width. So I'm going to say L is my length and W is my width. If you look at the question part where it says what are the dimensions, that is what's going to tell you what your variables are. So for example, if it asked what is the cost of a cup of coffee and the cost of a bagel, those would be your variables. C is the cost of a coffee, B is the cost of a bagel. So we have L and we have W. So let's write the system. The length is means equals. So L equals, what's 5 more? That means plus 5. And then twice the width. Twice tells us to multiply it times 2, so 2W. Okay, we don't only see plus 5, 2W, so I'm going to rearrange that. So L equals 2W plus 5. Okay, then we have this equation. The perimeter is 190. For those of you who don't remember, there's a rectangle. We've got a width, we've got a width, we've got a length, we've got a length. To find perimeter, we add all the sides. So we have an L and an L. So how many L's do we have? 2 L's. And then we have a W and a W, so 2W. And the total perimeter is 190. Because is means equals. Okay, so looking at this problem, the best method would be substitution. Why would it be substitution? Because we have one equation that's solved for a variable. So I'm going to take this nasty one right here, this 2L plus 2W equals 90 first. And anywhere there's an L, I'm going to put 2W plus 5. I heard you. Just a minute. Sorry, I have a family. So 2 parentheses. I need a minute. Give me a second. 2W plus 5 plus 2W equals 190. I replaced the L with this circle. We're going to follow the same steps. Don't call me after dark. We're going to distribute. 2 times 2 is 4W. 2 times 5 is 10. We've got this 2W equals 190. Okay, then we're going to combine. So we've got a 4W and a 2W. So those combine to give me 6W. Then we're going to move by adding or subtracting. So we're going to subtract the 10. So 6W equals 180. And the final step is to divide. So we're going to divide by 6, divide by 6. So W equals 30. We're not done. We've got to plug it into the other equation right up here. L equals 2W plus 5. So 2 times the W we said is 30 plus 5. 2 times 30 is 60 plus 5. So L equals 65. Okay, when I'm trying to figure out how to write my solution, we write it as a point. Your point is always in alphabetical order. So L comes first in the alphabet, so we're going to put 65, 30. Now, to interpret that, what did we say the length was? The length was 65. And up here, it's like 190. I think it said centimeters, but I could be wrong. So the unit, whatever unit it is, okay? And the width was 30. And again, I think it was centimeters. The width is 30 centimeters. So make sure you understand what each part represents. Okay, so looking down here, is 20 for a length and 75 for a width reasonable? Our very first statement says the length is more. Length is more. Which one's more? The length is. Right here. 20 is a length and 75 is a width. No. 20 is not more than 75. The length must be more. Or however you want to say it, but along those lines. Okay, 7. Write a situation for these two equations. Sorry, my fiance is getting really irritated because he's having to record me doing this. Okay, so write a situation for y equals 20x plus 5 and y equals 15x plus 12. Okay, we have a starting value and we have a change. You can use whatever you want to talk about. You want to talk about dogs, you want to talk about cookies, doesn't matter. So I'm going to say Cole, because that's my amazing fiance. Cole has 5 dogs. Actually, we only have 3, but I could see him having 5 dogs, okay? And it's changing by 20. So every year, he adopts 20 dogs. Lord, have mercy on my soul. Okay, so over here, we're going to give somebody else a name. So let's use Archie, because that's the name of one of our dogs, and I see him laying right there. Archie has starting off at 12, has 12 dogs, and every year he adopts 15 dogs. That is an equation, a situation to match the equations. Doesn't matter what you're talking about, as long as you recognize that this is the start, this is the change. This is the start, this is the change. All right, 8. Gary has more dimes than quarters. In total, he has $5.15. We don't have to solve this one, we're just setting it up. So we're talking about dimes and quarters. So D is going to be the number of dimes, and Q is going to be the number of quarters. Gary has 6 more dimes than quarters. So he has more dimes than quarters. So these are my D's, these are my Q. And how many more does he have? He has 6. So what do I need to do to get from here to here? I need to add 6 to the Q. This little visual can help you write your equation. So to get to the D, we need to add 6 to the Q. There are more dimes than quarters. All right, in total, he has $5.15. So total means we're going to have to add 2 things together. So we're going to be adding our dimes and our quarters. But money plus money equals mo money. So how much money is a dime? It's 10 cents. How much money is a quarter? 25 cents. So money plus money equals mo money. There's your 5.15. We don't have to solve it, we just set it up. Now, my kids, you solved it as your warm-up. Congratulations. Last few problems. Number 9, solve for y. If I want to solve for y, which variable do I want to get rid of? X. We don't want the x's because we want the y's. So looking at this problem, what do you notice? The x's eliminate. Easy peasy lemon squeezy. These cancel out. Y plus 2y gives me 3y. 0 plus 60 gives me 60. And all I have to do is divide. Divide by 3, divide by 3. So y equals 20. Did it ask me for the solution? No, it asked me for y, and that's what you got. So I don't even have to plug it back in. Okay, this problem, solve for x. So if I want x, which variable do I want to eliminate? Y. So looking here, I want a y to eliminate with a 2y. So what do I need that would eliminate with a 2y? A negative 2y. I don't have that up here, so I'm going to multiply the whole top times negative 2. So right here, what should I multiply by? Negative 2. So when I multiply everything by negative 2, negative 2 times a negative 3 is 6x minus 2y equals, what is negative 2 times 0? 0. And we keep the bottom equation the same. Does something cancel out? Yes, my y's, like we said, should happen. Those eliminate. 6x plus 2x is 8x. 0 plus 40 is 40. Divide by 8, divide by 8, so x equals 5. Do I need to go back in and find what the y variable is? Normally, yes, but here it said solve for x, so I don't have to. Last problem, more elimination. We need to see all the different types or variations of this equation that we can have. So if we wanted to make the x's eliminate, what would I multiply by? To make the x's eliminate, you switch the coefficients. So for x's, I would multiply the top one times 2 and the bottom one times 3. So let's see what that gives me. 2 times 3 is 6x. 2 times 5 is 10y. 2 times 12 is 24. That looks ridiculously close. Let's check the bottom. 3 times negative 2 is a negative 6x. Oh, I forgot to tell you. Change this to a negative 8. Again, my typo. That was my bad. It should be negative 8 on your paper. Okay, so negative 6x. 3 times 4 gives me 12y. This says negative 12y. This is a positive 12y. We already know it can't be a. But if you wanted to continue, because I like to complete things, 3 times negative 8 is a negative 24, which is not 32. So it is for sure not a. So let's think about something else I can multiply by, because that didn't work. What if I wanted to eliminate the y's? What do? Switch the coefficients. So I'm going to multiply the top one by 4 and the bottom one times 5. Now I've got a question for you. Does a positive cancel out with a positive? It doesn't. So one of these has to be negative. It doesn't matter which one. So we'll try negative 4 first. So negative 4 times 3 is negative 12x. Negative 4 times 5 is negative 20y. Equals negative 4 times 12 is negative 48. Looking good. How about 5? We get negative 10x. 5 times 4 is a positive 20y. 5 times a negative 8 is a negative 40. Ding, ding, ding! We have a winner! These two things are exactly the same. So B is your answer. Now, maybe I wasn't right on the second try, and I had put the negative down here. So let's see what that would have given us. 4 times 3 is 12x. 4 times 5 is 20y. 4 times 12 is 48. Looks pretty close. Negative 5 times a negative 2 is a positive 10x. Negative 5 times 4 is a negative 20y. Equals negative 5 times a negative 8 is a positive 40. Okay, super, super close, but these numbers are different. It is not C, it is B. I hope this helped a little bit. I'm sorry that I had to makeshift it, but thank you for watching, and I'll see you tomorrow.